Here, friends, we're going to draw a knight.
Yeah, it's going to turn out super cool. I'm really excited about this one. I hope you guys are too. Now, if we ever go too fast, what can they do?
Pause the video.
Yes, you can always pause the video. And also, don't worry about trying to make your drawing look exactly like ours.
Yes.
Right? Because the most important thing is...
To have fun.
Yeah, to have fun. You ready to start?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we're going to start with our paper horizontal.
Yeah.
Or landscape. And we're going to start by drawing his helmet right at the top of our paper. So we're going to start way up here and his feet are going to be down at the bottom. So we're going to draw an upside down U shape. There's his helmet. Mine's a little lopsided. That's okay. We're practicing, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to draw the bottom of his helmet. So we're going to draw two diagonal lines, one on each side. And they come in. Yeah, that's called tapering. And then we're going to draw the bottom. We're going to connect those two diagonal lines with a curve. There's the shape of his helmet. Now let's draw some details inside. We're going to draw two lines going up. This is for the design on his helmet. I'm going to draw them coming up kind of far. And then we're going to draw one line coming out to the side. Yeah. And then we're going to draw two small lines coming up. This is where the part where his eyes are, and then we're going to draw a line to connect those two smaller lines. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay, now I'm going to draw another line that goes all the way around and traces the outside, creates the same shape all the way around that T. There we go. It's pretty easy, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's starting to look cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to draw two lines going down the middle of his forehead. Okay, that kind of looks like a football helmet a little bit. Okay, now we're going to draw horns on his helmet. So I'm going to draw one curve coming out of the side, and then we'll start up here at the top, and we're going to come down and draw the other side of his horn. Now we can
It's going to look like a Viking.
Yeah, it kind of does. Then we're going to repeat those same steps on the other side. Try to make it look symmetrical, which is the same on both sides, right? Mm-hmm. There we go. We got his horns.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. Okay, now let's draw his shoulders. We're going to draw a curve that comes out on one side and on the other side. For the most part, we are drawing our knight symmetrical.
Yeah.
There are going to be some changes on the left and right, but we're going to try and repeat a lot of the same steps. Okay, so now on each side, let's just draw a little line that comes in on each side. And this is for his shoulder pads, his football pads. Okay, now we're going to draw a line coming down for his elbow. So I'm going to draw this, I'm going to draw it coming down a little further. And we're going to repeat that same step over here on the other side, have him come down to the same spot on both sides. Okay, now let's draw his first arm. So we're going to draw his forearm coming in to where his wrist would be. Okay, now we're going to draw his fist. And we want to make sure that when we draw his fist, it's going to be holding onto his sword, and his sword is going to be right down the middle of his body. So we want to make sure that his fist is right in line. We're drawing a backward C, right in line with the middle of his body.
He has a big hand.
Big hand, I like it. Okay, he can have a gauntlet, which is his glove, right?
Yeah.
So he can have a big hand. And then we're going to draw the rest of his forearm, top of his forearm. So we draw a line back and then curve right into his elbow. And then let's draw his other hand too. So we're going to draw a line that comes down from right here, and it's going to create his forearm on the other arm. So I'm coming down a little bit further and then connecting it. It's a little tricky, but you guys can pause it if you need a little extra time. Now we're going to draw the top of his hand. We're drawing it so that his fist, he has one fist like this, and his other hand is going to be on top.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to draw a curve that comes around like this, around for his wrist. So that's the top of his hand, and it connects to his wrist. And then we're going to draw his forearm that's a lot like the other side. Okay, now let's draw the details on his gauntlets or his gloves. So we're going to let's draw another line right here. That's for his knuckles. And then we can draw 3 lines for his fingers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's draw his wrist. Maybe there's 2 lines right there, and I'm drawing them curves so that his arm looks 3D. And then let's draw 2 curves back here. Okay, that's the end of his gauntlet. Let's draw that same thing on his other hand. So let's draw the line for his knuckles. And then we could draw 1 line coming down for his finger. And then let's draw those 2 lines on his wrist. And then 2 back here for the end of his glove. Oh, it's looking so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's draw his armor. So let's draw a line here that is diagonal and it finishes that little indent. Okay, now let's draw another line right here for the edge of his armor and another one on the other side. Okay, we could add 2 more. Let's add 2 more. He does kind of look like a football player, huh?
Yeah.
Once he's holding a sword, he's going to look a lot more like a knight.
He's gonna look like a football player with a sword.
With a sword. That's okay. That means he'll look cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got those.
And with a cape.
And with a cape. Yeah, we are going to draw a really cool cape on him. Okay, now let's draw some spikes on his shoulders. That'll fix it. He won't look like a football player with spikes.
Football player with spikes on his shoulder.
Yeah. So I'm going to draw 3 A shapes on his shoulder over here. And then 3 A shapes over here to match on his left shoulder. All right. Oh, man, he looks so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's draw his sword next. So I'm going to draw 2 lines coming right out of the bottom of his fist. So there's the handle for his sword. And then I'm going to connect with a pretty wide curve. We'll connect those 2 lines. So this first curve is the cross guard to the sword. So then we're going to draw 2 more curves. One that comes out, they're going to come out a little further. One on the other side. We're going to repeat that same step. And then we're going to connect. I'm going to draw these a little further down. And then we're going to connect with a rainbow line going all the way across from one side to the other. Cool, that's an awesome crossguard. Okay, now let's add maybe there's some gems, some rubies in his sword.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to draw the middle of the sword and it's going to come all the way down close to the bottom of our paper. So we're going to start right in the middle and we're going to drag towards our body so we can draw a straight line, straight as we possibly can. And you can use a ruler if you want. Yeah. Good job, man. Okay, now we're going to draw the outside of our sword. So I'm going to start up here and we're going to draw a line and I'm going to get a little further away from the sword as I come down. This is a really broad sword. Super broad. Okay. Okay, now we're going to repeat that same step on the other side. And we want it to look the same. Oh, I'm getting a little wider.
Yeah, I got a lot wider.
That is an awesome sword. Okay, now this middle line, we want to make sure that it comes down further than the other sides. Okay, so you could even draw this one even further, just so it's a lot longer than the side ones. And then we're going to connect the left side to the middle, and then come up and connect to the right side. There's our sword.
Yeah!
That's a wide sword.
Yeah!
Super broad sword. We could add a little design. And so when we add these details to our drawing, you guys at home could add your own details. If you want to change the step and add your own detail, make it look even cooler, feel free. Yeah, like that. That's way awesome. Okay, now let's keep going. We're going to draw his waist. So we're going to imagine this line coming down from his shoulder and coming out the bottom of his arm. It's going to come in and connect to the sword, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, let's draw his legs next, and we're going to have them coming out to the side. So let's draw a diagonal line that comes down, and we're going to come halfway down the sword so that we can draw his knee. Okay, we're going to repeat that same step over here. All right, okay, now right down here, let's draw a little line that comes out in the same direction as his thigh. And we can do the same thing over here. Okay, now we're going to connect these 2 lines with an A shape. And this is the start of his boots, his armor boots. And we can create that same A shape over on the other side. All right, now we're going to draw 3 lines, and they're going to be the same length.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to draw the first one here, and we're going to stop. Maybe right where that V starts. The bottom of the sword starts. Okay, and then we're going to draw that same line, but it's going to be the same length, so we want to stop short. Yeah, it's going to be the short one, and then we'll create that same line here, and it's going to go long. Yeah, just like that. Okay, and then let's connect those with an A shape. All right, cool. Let's repeat those same steps over here on the left side. So draw a line, comes down, a line in the middle that's shorter, and then one line on the outside that's longer. And then, yep, connect them with an A shape. Good job. Okay, that's the first part of his boots. Now let's draw a rainbow line for the top of his foot. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, now we're going to keep going on this foot. Good job, though. Okay.
Oh.
That's okay. So we're going to repeat these same steps over here. But let's draw this one first. So we're going to draw the middle line, and I line this up with his boots. Yep. And then we're going to draw a V shape that connects the bottom of his foot. Cool. Okay, now let's connect the top part with his foot. Okay, now let's repeat those same steps over here. So we're going to draw that rainbow line first. You already drew that. Then we'll draw that middle line that comes down. And we can connect the bottom with the V. V shape. Yeah, we did it. Oh, we got to connect.
Yeah.
You already did it. Good job. All right, we finished his legs. Let's add a few more details. So just like we did on the top part of his armor, let's add 2 lines on his thigh there. We can draw 2 lines up higher. And then let's repeat that over here. So he's got those same details on his left leg. Man, he's looking really cool, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's draw his cape.
Okay.
So the top part of his cape is going to be fur. So let's draw a zigzag line, and we're going to draw a crazy, messy zigzag line that starts up here on his helmet, and then it comes down and connects to his elbow. Yeah, that looks awesome. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we'll connect it to his elbow also. Okay, now let's draw his cape. So on this side, we're going to draw a crazy S line. We're going to come down, out, and then come back around. Cool. Now let's connect it back to his legs. So this is the bottom part of his cape. Come down and then back up. Okay, now let's draw the other side. So this side I'm going to draw different. Let's draw an S line that looks like that. So it comes down, back up. Yeah. And then we're going to connect this one back down to his foot also. So we're going to draw another S line. Oh, I love how it's taking up more of the paper.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to imagine this cape line, the bottom of his cape, going behind his legs and then coming out and then connecting to the sword. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Cool. Now we can draw some of the wrinkles in his cape. So I'm going to use an S line that repeats the outside line. So see how it's matching?
Yeah.
So there's one. Now I'm going to draw another one right next to it. And we'll draw one more. Yes, good job. That looks really good. Okay, let's do that same thing on the other side. There's one wrinkle. Draw another one right next to it. And one more, if you can fit it. So I'm going to draw this last wrinkle right here, and then it's going to pop out the bottom. Okay, dude, we did it. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
It looks really cool. Now, you guys at home can add more details. You don't have to stop here. You could pause it, add something in the background. You could add a castle in the background, maybe even a dragon back there. That would be awesome.
Yes.
All right, let's color him next. He's going to look even better once we color him.
Yeah.
right, dude, we got our coloring all done. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Except it's gonna look even cooler once we shade it. So if you guys want to, you can leave it just like this. It's a little easier to finish the coloring without adding the shading.
Yeah.
But it's gonna look way better once we shade it.
Yes.
So let's do that next.
Okay.
Dude, that was a lot of coloring. That was fun though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It looks so much better. So now when we first colored it solid, it was super flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now with the shading, what does it look like?
3D.
Yeah, it looks super 3D. It looks crazy cool. Now this is also called contrast. So see where it gets really dark under the shadows?
Yeah.
And then it gets light out here. That's called contrast. Lights and darks create contrast. And see how it's gradual? That's shading. So see, it gets really dark here and it gradually gets lighter. That's what creates the 3D or the 3-dimension. Now we also used silver and gold, which creates this like cool reflection. It makes it look like it's made out of metal.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks way cool. Did you have a lot of fun?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Coloring it.
Coloring it? Yeah, that's
Coloring the gold and silver.
yeah, that was probably my favorite too. And I love the texture on the fur and also the shading on the guy because
Yes.
now he looks really tough. It's okay if your drawings don't look exactly like ours. In fact, I hope you used your creativity to change your night and make it your own. You
Yeah.
promise you had fun?
Uh-huh.
We'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye!
Bye.